What is up, everyone? Thank you all so much for participating in the Q&A. I'm really excited to do it. I'm wearing my Christmas sweater, so I figured to make this a little bit more festive. Thank you all so much for participating. I'm really excited to do this. Haven't done this in a while. The last one I did was with my younger brother. But let's get this started. First question is from Sydney. She wants to know, Marvin, what kind of conditioner do you use? Typically, I use the one that's closest to me while I'm in the shower. Let's see here. Oatmeal conditioning shampoo for dogs. Petco. Just kidding. I use Dove. Dove is standard, whatever my mom uses. The next question comes from Instagram. H_fitness97 wants to know, are you in school? If so, what's your major and why? If not, what are your ultimate career goals? So to answer, I am in school. I'm currently getting my master's degree in management. Undergrad, I went to school for exercise health science. So what's my major and why? Ultimately, with management, I currently work in higher education. I want to be able to use the skills that I learned in a management program and use it elsewhere, whether it's in higher ed, whether it's in exercise and fitness or business field related. I want to be able to do that. And what are my ultimate career goals? It's to wake up every day knowing that I do what I love. I want to wake up doing what I love every single day and not have any regrets in what I do. I don't want to be miserable at work. I'm not sure if I want to work this 9-to-5 life forever. I kind of want to just be my own boss, and I want to be able to do what I love and give back. So that is my ultimate goal. How I'll get there, we'll find out in the next coming years. Trying to decipher these things sometimes. Jimmy Almedo from Instagram as well asks, what do you enjoy more about doing videos for YouTube? The filmmaking or the editing, and why? Personally, I enjoy the filming part, but I think I enjoy the editing aspect more because when I collect parts for like different edits, I never come up with an idea really on the spot. I usually kind of figure it out once I get the footage and I'm like, alright, how can I make this standard footage that you see probably 800 times on YouTube, the same squat edit, the same thing, how do I make this different? How do I make this Marvin Alexis? How do I make this mine? And to me, that is my favorite part of editing, or the whole part of YouTube. So I think my favorite part is the editing, and I think that's where my specialty really lies. Yeah, vlogging is great, I love doing this, but I think what I enjoy the most is making those quick, little quirky edits that make you smile, that you're like, whoa, that's kind of cool, how did he do that? I kind of like taking inspiration from things around me, other YouTubers, and making it my own. So I think the editing aspect is my favorite part. War Chortle. War Chortle wants to know, if you could face swap in real life, who would you face swap with? If I could face swap with anybody in real life, easily, hands down, it would have to be Drake. And we can even test this out using a great app called Snapchat. Do I look like Drake? Can I pull it off? Rodolfo Lopez wants to know, I want to be a powerlifter. I've been doing a 5x5 program for about a month and a half. When should I start doing a more specific powerlifting program, and which one do I recommend use for beginners? Thanks. So thank you for the question. I would say if you're new to powerlifting, look for a free program. Wendler 531 is a great one. I know a lot of people are using it. If you're looking to work more on a budget, programs can usually cost anywhere $99 to $150 a month, or a program typically for like the 3-month block, like a periodized program like Mathsthetics. I think they run for about $150. My coach, his prices differ. I don't know what his prices are for online clients, but you have to keep in mind the programming and the coaching. So I would recommend a Wendler 531 if you're brand new, to kind of get the basics down for squat, bench, deadlift, and the overhead press. Those are like the fundamentals in terms of strength. And then if you're looking to compete, if you're looking for a more specified program where it has, you know, the conditioning, the strengthening, and the peaking phase of it, look for a more specific program. I'll leave my coach's information down below. I'll also leave links to Mathsthetics and also Gold Signature Coaching if you're looking for a more specific program. But I think right off the bat, I think Wendler 531, it's free if you're on a budget, and it's pretty standard, it's easy to use, and you'll make some serious gains. The Masterful Creator wants to know, how long have you been lifting in general? I can't imagine you've benched 225, squatted 285, and pulled 315 the first time you walked into a gym. So I've been lifting since About senior year of high school. I got into the gym junior year, but I was just doing straight cardio. But my first time really lifting, senior year very slightly, but more when I entered college. So about 5-6 years ago, but I never trained for strength. I kind of just did it for endurance. I did a lot of Spartan races, Tough Mudders. That's a bulk of where my training really came from. And then this March, I tested my maxes. So that was the maxes that you saw of my squat 285, my bench 225, and my deadlift of 315. A lot has changed since then. I've been on a structured program, I had coaching, and I really surrounded myself with a team that really wanted to do their best. So that's the first time I walked into the gym. So I've been lifting for about 5 to 6 years now. Rupert Mass asks, what is... Rupert Mask wants to know which of the big 3 lifts is my favorite. So in training, squat is my favorite, then bench, then deadlift. At a competition, deadlift, bench, squat. I hate squatting at a meet. I love squatting in practice. Next question from Factoria Nadouche wants to know, 1, what is my name? My name is Marvin. Marvin Alexis. Alexis is my middle name. Second question is, where am I from? I'm from Waltham, Massachusetts, right outside of Boston, but if you're asking where my family's from, Guatemalan, not watermelon. How old am I? I am 24 years young. What is my goal? To be the coolest person that you see on YouTube, but just be a good human being. That is my ultimate goal. I just want to be a good human being. Carlos V wants to know, when are you coming to NYC to train with me? If you don't know, New York City is NYC. Soon, bro. I don't know when I'm gonna be out there, but if I'm ever in town, definitely hitting you up. I am thinking about doing a YouTubers collaboration tour next summer. Maybe doing a collaboration for some fundraising towards a charity. What do you guys think? Would you guys want to do that? Any YouTubers around the country who would want to do that and raise some money for a charity? Let me know. Rage Fit wants to know, Drew, do you like big butts and you cannot lie? Yes, I do like butts. Malaki Gilmore, if I butcher any of your names, I'm so sorry. When did you start losing weight? What was your first time in the gym like? Were you nervous? Were you worried about what others thought? Thank you so much for all the compliments, Malaki Gilmore. Thank you so much for everything. When did I start losing weight? I started losing weight my junior year of high school, and I was nervous because when you're in the gym as a noob, you're like, what do I do? You're kind of like a deer in the headlights. You're completely clueless. So I was definitely nervous, and at first, my family was really supportive because they knew I was overweight, but you know, the backlash of it is, you know, you're doing this for yourself, and sometimes you have to be selfish. And at that time, I didn't know it was okay to be selfish. I kind of like threw myself in a guilt trip thinking like, I'm doing this for me, but that's okay. It's okay to be selfish. You should never have to worry or apologize for doing something that's bettering your health. GoCanes44 asks, what's your goal in the sport of powerlifting? Nationals, 1,300 total, just fun. I want to just bring my body to the fullest potential it can be. If I can ever get to 1,300, that's really cool. My goal for this year was an 1,100 total. I smashed that, so I'm pretty excited in terms of how far I've come. Will I ever compete in nationals? I won't say yes, but I won't say no. Because it's all in the realm of possibilities. If I continue to get strong and bring my wimpy little body to that point of where I'm strong enough to compete in nationals, I totally do it.
Damn, that lens though. What that lens do though?
Next question is Ridwan Abubakar. He has 2 questions. How much accessory work do you do and what is it? On the last training program, we didn't do too much. We left it more towards the end of each day. It was more like overhead press, C press, dips, pull-ups, things of that nature. But in this new program that we're in, the Winter Classic 3, we have days for specific like accessories. So like every Saturday, it's a lot of accessory work. So for squats, pause squats, pause squats, bench, chain bench, deadlift, deficit deadlifts. R Wood wants to know, how many subs did I get from Max Stream's shoutouts? I got 0 subs, but I do love meatball subs. No, seriously, I got about 60 subscribers, which is cool. But as a YouTuber, if you're a YouTuber, you know subscribers don't mean because if you have 200,000 subscribers, but only like 8,000 are watching, that's about less than 5% like viewing and engagement. I'd much rather have a smaller channel and have a community. I think if you can create a community on your YouTube channel, you're being successful. Having the same people who like actively watch your video, you know, like your video, comment on your video, who are a part of your life now, I think that's what really matters. Subs don't really matter. It's the engagement, the views, the likes, the comments, and the people who want to be a part of your life, who want to be a part of your story. Yeah, so that's my little rant. Dedicated Army wants to know what's my favorite compound movement and why. Different from the favorite 3 list, my favorite compound movement period is squat. I think squat is the one that is going to facilitate the most growth and really be transferable to all of your movements, because you're putting such an intense like weight on your body. You could literally die from a squat. Like, it's so heavy, it will crush you. That strength is going to be transferable to your bench and your deadlift. I think one thing that I've learned from just beginning this YouTube channel and when I first started powerlifting, we used to squat every single day and I saw so many gains. And that transferred into all of my movements, so I think squat is one of the best movements you can do for yourself, period. The next question comes from Dave Kershaw. He also asked how old am I? Answered that 24, but how long have I been doing YouTube? I've been doing YouTube since February, so about 9 months now, which is pretty crazy. My first video came out just around Valentine's Day, so about 9 months now. No, hold up, that's 10. I've been doing it for 10 months. Ethan Clark wants to know what belt do you use, and if it's Inzer, what color? I do use an Inzer belt, and I use the rust color. The Greatest Parade wants to know what was it like when you first started lifting? What would you recommend to someone who works out but doesn't have much experience with actual weights? The first time lifting, it was pretty embarrassing because my first movement was the bench press, and I had that typical moment where it's like, ugh, and then you just like drop it on the floor because I had no sense of core strength or how to engage my core while doing the bench press. So at first it was pretty weird, but I would say if you can find someone who's a little bit more experienced with you with weights, just for safety, for spotting reasons, I think that's a great way. Just get the fundamentals down, do your research, film yourself, and have someone there. I think that's the best thing you can do as a newbie in the gym. Lauren Morella asks, would you ever consider changing a plan around with your diet? Like going keto or paleo? Just see how you would perform. So I tried going keto for like 4 days in May, and I just couldn't do it. Like, I love carbs way too much, like, period. Like, I can't give up carbs and substitute it with like bacon for every single meal. I mean, I love bacon and peanut butter, like, great, but you have to be like 0 carbs. Paleo, I've considered it. I've definitely considered it at points in my like YouTube career, like maybe just going healthy. But no, I wouldn't want to go paleo because again, I like cookies way too much. Primal Breed asks, bench looking strong. Thanks, dude. How did actually going through Powerlifting Meet the Powerlifting Meet affect your view on the sport and getting stronger in general? So when I first started YouTube, it was supposed to be more like an aesthetics, bodybuilding, like channel, like weight loss, things like that. But what happened was, I went to Eric's Powerlifting Meet and I just saw the community, the group of people. It's a different kind of sport where I feel as though, and I'm not trying to generalize this, bodybuilders are it's a sport very much into yourself. Like, it's just as like your aesthetics, how you look, your body weight, your body fat. And where I saw a powerlifting meet, people were cheering each other on and they want to see you hit that PR. And from that moment, I knew I wanted to do it. I want to give up, you know, restricting myself to like 800, 900 calories. I want to leave that behind and like eat and be strong. I've never been quote unquote strong in my life in the sense of doing like sports. My brothers did football, they were playing lacrosse, my brother was in the army, my brother's a firefighter, Eric did like football and, you know, weight loss and all this, and he was getting into powerlifting and he was strong, and I was like, I've never been strong in my life. I've never had an opportunity to do a sport, so I thought this is an opportunity for me to do something with my younger brother and also see that I am capable of being strong. So that's how the powerlifting meet kind of shaped and changed my view of things and kind of brought me to where I am today. So if it wasn't for Eric, I wouldn't really be here doing this. The next question is from Jim That Body. He asks, when is my next powerlifting meet? My next powerlifting meet is Sunday, February 26th in Waltham, Massachusetts at CrossFit Watch City. So come and support your boy. Nick Lucas wants to know, do you even lift? Sometimes. But for the real question is, am I going to the Arnold? Yes, I am. Eric and I will be going, hopefully, right, Eric?
Yes.
See you guys there. Adam Anderson asks, what kind of program am I following, and do I have a coach or anything? Yes, I do have a coach, Rob Brykowski. I don't know how to say his last name. Again, his information is down below if you're interested in contacting him. The type of program that we're following, it's very difficult to explain because it's a powerlifting program with influences of both CrossFit and Olympic lifting. I don't know, I just do whatever the hell Rob says. Muscle Minds, Brentley at the Brightness asks, would you rather go the rest of your life without protein pancakes or Lenny and Larry cookies? You gotta choose. I would go the rest of my life without Lenny and Larry cookies, and it breaks my heart to say that. Mario wants to know, how much do I weigh? 187.8 as of this morning. The next question comes from Jordan Hughes. He wants to know, how did your family first react to you and Eric's weight loss? Food is always a big part of family gatherings. So our family was pretty supportive of it. I think I've mentioned this a little bit earlier, but you know, what was difficult is that we're Guatemalan. One way that we like to show love is through food, and I feel like that's a lot in some cultures where they express love with food, like they want to give you more and more. And my family came from Guatemala, so they always felt the need to want to feed us because they didn't really have that much in Guatemala. Thank you all so much for watching. Please comment, share, like, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you're new, follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter at MarvinAlexis27. Thank you all so much for participating. Oh, there's actually one more question. Eric Mandelval wants to know, who's my favorite brother? My favorite brother is